Where were we with Pioneer 3? Oh, right. He's trying to make him fuse modular frames. Start the footage.
Okay. So now we need modular frames, which we'll put over here. Two screws. I also need rods. I think screws are going up.
Are you sure? They might be going sideways at this point. The lift does look like it's going up, though.
Yes, it's a little odd, but that's fine.
Odd, Hinky. We're used to these words.
This one is fine, but taking screws up because we're making modular frames here.
Okay, you have your blueprint down. What are you thinking, Pioneer 3?
So we're going to need 4 assemblers.
You know, if you made a blueprint with more assemblers, you wouldn't have to worry about alignment.
4. Too far.
He did say the 4 this time, and skipped the 3. I don't know how his mind works. But at least I see he remembered to hook up the power.
You know what? I'm already set up for this, so...
I questioned that. I wondered if you didn't have these components already.
So be it. Those are going to be 2, 4, 6, 8. We're going to be producing about 8. About 7.5. So we will have some extra. Can't believe I forgot about that alternate recipe, but...
These things happen when you're disorganized.
That's fine. So now we need 4 foundries. Steel pipe constructors. But we only need 3 assemblers. No, we're going to turn one off. 3. Piping up to 4. So let's go back down to level 1. Got 2 going, and we actually need 4. Let's go look at the steel pipes. What pipes do we need? We need 4.
He's just saying all the even numbers because I made that observation earlier about the odd ones.
So is this where we make the heavy modular frame? I think this is where we make the heavy modular frame.
Again, signs on the outside of the factory might be quite helpful. You wouldn't have to fly through everything trying to figure it out.
making heavy modular frame, we're just making the modular frame.
I believe you need both for the project you're trying to complete.
Pipe. Forced plate. Oh, this is so confusing.
It could be helpful to take a little time and review sections of the manual.
Factory is nearing saturation.
You keep saying that, but you keep adding things to it.
Iron rods, going screws, we don't need those. We've got steel pipes. Forced iron plates. Yeah. Okay, because of where this is located, this is going to look a little weird, but it'll work.
That's not weird, that's normal for this factory. And honestly, if it wasn't a little weird, I would start questioning if you were actually Pioneer 3. A little more lighting in this area would really help us see what's going on. Just a few here and there, maybe down the hall a bit.
So here's a helpful tip.
It does help the efficiency of production if you have all the belts connected.
And here's the second tip.
Pioneer 3, maybe you need to land, take a few sips of your fix-it coffee, and refocus so that you could get all the connections right the first time.
So now, a heavy modular frame. Let's make it on this side. Why is it always night? Okay, there's those.
Those look like screws, not modular frames. Are you still gathering components?
Have I got the encased beams up here?
My guess is probably not.
Case beams are level 1, 2. Case beams are level 4.
He entirely skipped 3 this time.
What?
That was an interesting curve, but at this point I'm surprised you can get anything laying straight in this factory. I keep waiting for him to accidentally delete something he really does need. I keep watching him build all these components, put all these structures in, and wishing that he had read the manual. It provides such a good organizational tier structure to lay all these levels out. But he didn't, and we are stuck with whatever is in his head.
Alright, currently steel beams. I need to bring steel beams up. Got the modular frames here. And I think for this,
It does provide some interesting layouts occasionally, though. That is definitely not an optimized setup. But I guess so long as everything gets to where it needs to go, it'll work.
no steel pipes up here.
Maybe go check all the connections, ensure that they're in place and running.
Got plastic. Alright, no steel pipes. Alright, steel pipes coming up. See what we can do here. This might be kind of interesting.
That is a true and correct statement. It's always interesting to see how you cobble things together, Pioneer 3. It's never according to the manual, but it's always interesting.
Dang it. That's a little hinky, but that'll work.
It might not be super efficient, but it makes a nice modern art sculpture at least.
Heavy modular frames coming out, going up.
Look at that nice clear platform.
And now,
Maybe you can organize this level a bit better. Please tell me you're thinking about it and not daydreaming about slugs. You know, one of these days as you fly by, I'm waiting for one of those conveyor lifts to suck you in, spit you out at a different level. Computer, these plans are part of Fix-It property. Do you think there's any money that could be made by turning these designs into an amusement park ride?
It is a possibility, but the insurance rates would be in the extreme range of Fix-It acceptance.
I didn't think about the insurance rates. Forget I said anything. He is doing a lot of in-place upgrading. I would have thought he would have completed this a lot sooner. But knowing the pioneer as we do, he probably meant to put it on his to-do list, but forgot. Seriously, you didn't even have the main supply lines upgraded? I could almost blame myself, but what else can we do? We give them the manual, we give them the quick reference guide that's a mere 500 pages long. Fix-it placement testing clearly showed that I was meant for office work, but sometimes there are days that I just want to be out there in the field. I could build the factory very efficiently. I know the manual backwards and forwards.
Assessing placement test results. Reviewing. Inspector, you failed every core competency of the survival portions of testing with the lowest scores ever recorded.
Okay, so I failed the survival portion of the test. A lot of others hyperventilated, fainted, and fell over. All I would need is a bodyguard or two. Okay, maybe 5.
Bodyguards unavailable. Course of studies recommended if reassignment is desired, running faster, a pioneer's guide, and don't lick the wildlife. Do you want to proceed with retesting?
I will admit, office life isn't too bad. I do get some great views of the planets.
Lack of affirmative response. Have a good day, Inspector.
Looks like he's about done with all the upgrades and is heading back toward the factory. Still a nice clean slate up on this top level. It's nice to see, though I have no idea why that one section is a bit lower.
Okay, we're gonna head back. Call it a day.
And he's off through the hypertube, whizzing by the wildlife. We'll call it a day here too.